Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Happy greetings to you wherever you are. Happy day and thanks for tuning in. I'm Jen from Personal Power Wellness Coaching, and I want to just share a few thoughts and words on something that I just experienced and that my brother actually helped me to remember and realize at an even deeper level regarding food and products that we as consumers buy at the store. For example, do you ever buy or eat potato chips or Oreo cookies or ding dongs or Belvita biscuits? I don't know, snack wells, popcorn that you buy in bags at the supermarket, Snickers, etc., etc., Mars bars, Twinkies, or Kit Kats, Bounty coconut bars. It continues and continues, and it runs the gamut from indulgent to more on the light side. But at the end of the day, all of these items are processed, packaged goods that you buy at your supermarket or convenience store. And the point is that today I went to the convenience store to look for some pens, and then I went just for I walked around to the drinks and snacks aisle because I have been thinking about one particular chip that I like that I have only easily bought here in New York when I'm here, and it's an air popped corn chip type of thing. So it's like a rice cake, but in a more snacky chip type of package. And I went around and I eventually did see it finally, and I saw it in a small package. And I'll just show you the bag. It's this one, flavored sea salt, and it has only 3 ingredients. And I bought it because I've just been thinking about it since I arrived last week, and I decided finally just give into it. It's not the worst thing that you can buy, and maybe if I get it out of my system, I can determine if it's something that I want to repeat or just let go of. So when I brought it home, my brother saw it, and the first thing he said was, "Wow, I like the color. It sort of says 'buy me.' It screams 'buy me.'" Hi, Tony. And it just highlights the point that what we see in stores, in supermarkets, in convenience stores, in the little delis down the street or in front of your apartment or house, all these little packaged products, they're all carefully constructed and engineered deliberately in order to sell, in order that so that you will buy and will buy repeatedly again and again, and even on impulse. For instance, there's all the impulse buys, the items that are located at the checkout bar, the checkout aisle. It's everywhere on the world. You're going to the counter, you've already chosen what you wanted, and you are ready to pay, and then you're faced with all this bevy of colorful, very attractive, and compelling items that are snacky, small, bite size, or bigger size, pocket size, bag, whatever size, that you can eat or bring to your family or share with someone else or just keep for now or for next month, because you know these things don't expire immediately because they're processed and packaged and engineered and artificial food-like substances. And it's basically just an example of the repeated and ongoing inevitable onslaught of consumerism and marketing tactics and deliberate, strategic, very smart, conscientious marketing and PR. And it's all carefully constructed in laboratories, in big buildings of millions of dollars, even billions of dollars, that support research and that fund doing studies where they bring people in like you and me and my brother, bringing us into these lab setups so that you try different chips so they know exactly which kind of crunch you like and what level of saltiness combined with fat, combined with sugar you will eat the most and enjoy the most, and which will have the perfect bliss point. And it's just an example. For instance, this color, he said, oh, it screams buy me. And that is so astute and such a sharp observation, because it just reminds us, and that's why I'm sharing my message, is that whenever we go to a store where we are faced with buying a processed packaged food, we are the product. We are being sold to. They want us to buy. They want you to spend your dollars or your dirhams, euros, dinars, whatever currency. They want you to spend your currency on their products and to keep coming back. And I'm not saying they're evil or malicious. However, it's their business. This is their purpose, is to sell. And you are their consumer. You are their target. You are their product. So the key thing to think about, I believe, is not to demonize it, but to realize, to conscientiously make our decisions and to intentionally and awarefully, which is maybe not even a word, but awarefully, with full of awareness, to make our decisions. Like, I chose this after several days of thinking about this item, about these little chips, and it has only 3 ingredients, and they are yellow corn, sunflower oil, which is a vegetable oil, which is not ideal, I know, and sea salt. And of course, it has the salt. So salt will always be added to make foods savory and attractive and appealing. And they have other versions too, with different flavors that are much more indulgent and tastier, like with cheese and with more sugar and more fat and more flavorings. I choose these because they have the least chemicals, and it's only 3 ingredients, which I just told you what they are, and hence it poses the least risk or harm, if we can view it that way. And so just remember, my friends, that this is the world that we live in. This is the surroundings that we'll never escape unless we go to live in some village where they don't even have Wi-Fi, because technology is everything in this world of hyper connectivity, of 24/7, of nonstop deliveries, of on-demand, now, I want, and need, supply and need and supply and demand. It's commerce. And we can't escape it, especially if you live in cities and industrialized societies, which most of us do. Even if you are in a third world country, such as Colombia, where my extended relatives live, they have their bevy of processed packaged foods, which have always been there since I was a little child visiting. So just remember what you're buying, and remember that Snickers or that Twix or Twinkie or this chip, it's not just, it didn't just happen because someone had an idea and now they just put it on the shelves. No, they had chemists, they had scientists, they had researchers, they had marketing teams that elaborated the product, they worked on the product for I don't know how long. It could have been years, months, at least weeks, in order to ensure that they are selling. And these must be selling because I see them in different shops around here, and you can get them online, and that means that they're ongoing. So you could even look further into these companies and determine who owns them, who is giving them their principal source of money and funding, because then you can see if it's one of the behemoth of companies that have sort of monopolies on the industry in certain F&B sectors, food and beverage. And just remember that we are being targeted to, that nothing is random, nothing is willy-nilly, and nothing is haphazardly thrown in a package on a shelf. There's a reason why we keep coming back. There's a reason why I still remember these even after 1 year of having had them. The memory is there, and that's what these items will do. That's why Snickers have been so popular for decades, as well as Oreos and ice cream as well. So just remember, let's remember that, and bring just awareness to your purchases. And it does not make you a weak or bad person, or it doesn't make you guilty of anything negative or harmful. It's just the fact of our environment. And you'll face this with the supermarket when you're going there, even yogurt. Yogurt will be now packaged in pretty colors, and if it's a light, low-fat, non-fat, healthy version, it'll have certain colors and certain font and certain graphics. The same with these chips. You know, these chips are a light blue, and light blue is reminiscent of the sky, of the earth, of lightness, light foods. And that makes total sense, because this is the lowest calorie of the chips that they provide in this range, in this brand. And I'm not promoting them, I'm just giving it as an example of how it works. And by contrast, I want to show you what food, for example, does not have any advertising. And that's this friend, which I have every single day. One of my favorite foods, the mango. This is a nice, ripe, and soft, juicy mango from Mexico. And that's all you get is one ingredient. It's mango. And there's no advertising. You never see a commercial or an ad, a billboard, a plug, a PR stunt, an Instagram ad, or Facebook announcement, or whatever on mango or banana. You just don't. You never see that. Same with broccoli. Another example is melon. This is a melon, you know, a piece of a melon anyway, cantaloupe. I also have melons every day. No advertising, no nice gimmicky colorful tags or attractive fonts or labels or little packages. And yeah, they're just not as compelling to the consumer because they're not as catchy and pleasurable for some. For the mass consumers, when you want to like that kind of an item in a processed package and form. But you know, that's the difference. One is packaged and processed, made in a factory, in a food plant. The other one is just a plant. This is a fruit from the earth. So that's it. Let's just be mindful. You will probably certainly continue to buy such items, because we can't banish ourselves from the face of the earth, and we can't banish those realities of marketing and consumerism and business from the face of the earth. And that's how it works. So I hope this is a bit, I don't know, helpful and interesting for you to keep in mind, and food for thought for your next purchases. So the next time you buy that chocolate bar or cookie or snack or granola bar or cocoa puff, gooey bar, whatever, you make it intentionally. You know, you know deliberately. When you buy your processed packaged food, even if it says raw bite and it's made with raw ingredients and it's organic and it's only having fruit and lime, it's still packaged. The colors were chosen specifically. The wording is decided upon specifically. The contrast of colors to make it pretty and desirable, interesting, different, you know, like, oh, like light, and it could even be classified as a diet food, but not really, because this is extremely dense calories, an extremely condensed package of calories. So it's not, it's just advertising. It's just colors and something to make you want to buy. And I bought. at the airport. So that's it. And so I will conclude the video now and wish you well and good luck with your purchases in the supermarket and in the convenience store, the Rite Aid or the ShopRite or whatever, the corner store, and the vending machine, 100%, the vending machine, which might be right around your corner. And maybe from now on, you will never look at the food items in packages, processed food forms. You'll never see them in the same way again. And that might change your decisions ultimately, which would really be immensely powerful. So that's it for now, friends. Thanks for tuning in. Sending you lots of good vibes and well-being and gratitude for tuning in and listening to this. And I hope to see you soon and again, and have an awesome day and all the best. Bye for now from Jen at Personal Power Wellness.